Hey guys, welcome back to another video here at Top Tier Garage. It's good seeing you again. Today I'll be going over the top 5 items that you need to take into consideration when you're choosing between two 44-inch toolboxes or 172. I'm going to be breaking it down into some technical specs and also some personal opinions due to the fact that I have both, as you can see. So let's get into it. So the first item on this list is the casters. And as you can tell, they are just a little bit different from each other. One's just slightly more heavy duty than the other. So this one is obviously from the 72-inch box. And the 72-inch box overall has a 6,600 pound capacity, which is absolutely insane. And that's why it has a massive heavy duty spring on it. And I mean, it's easily 1/4-inch steel, all that good stuff. And that one caster alone probably weighs like 25 pounds. So, and then the ones off the 44, you got some cheaper metal on it. Still spins just as nice, 2 little ball bearings, but there's no suspension on it. And the 44-inch box is rated for 2,600 pounds, which is still pretty good. I mean, I don't know how you're going to be able to fit a ton of tools inside of a 44-inch toolbox, but it does have the capacity to do it. So when I originally thought up this project, I already had the 72-inch box. I just wanted like a workbench area. But one thing I ran into, and I didn't do enough research, which I'm doing for you guys now, is that the 44-inch toolbox is actually 2 inches shorter. I'll put it up on the screen of the picture. It's 2 inches shorter in the overall box size in order to get this to be level with it. But then it also loses 2 inches off of the caster height. So when they're sitting on their casters, I obviously took the casters off of these and put it up on cribbing. But the overall height of the 72-inch toolbox is 44 inches. And the work height of the 44-inch box is only 40 inches. So I actually had to level them in order to get it. Otherwise, this would sit 4 inches higher. And this at 44 inches makes a huge difference as a work height. It's kind of like an awkward angle. So that is one thing. If you're looking to combine different toolboxes, I'm not sure on the 56 what the overall height is, but if you want them all to be the same, then I would suggest sticking with just one instead of trying to mash them together if you plan on keeping the casters. But if you plan on making like a workbench style like I have going here, this turns out to be perfect, and they would be the cheaper options. So now that I talked about the casters and the different heights of the toolboxes, I'm going to be talking about the material that they put on top of the toolboxes. So this is a little nitpicky, but it is a major difference if you plan on modifying it all. The 44-inch toolbox comes with like a toolbox liner that says US General across the middle. It is 100% removable, and you have little holes in the side if you don't want to make some kind of like vice plate if you do not want to drill through the metal on your toolbox. Easily replaceable if needed, but I actually prefer the material on the 72 because it's like a harder almost plastic-like material that is actually glued to the top of the box, so you can't remove it, which if it gets damaged in some way, shape, or form, it's going to be a lot harder to replace. Or you can just put another piece of material on the top of it. This plastic material seems to hold up better to chemicals than this basic toolbox liner. I'll pull up a picture of where I spilled some brake fluid onto it, and I'm basically going to need a new top for one of my 44-inch boxes. They're cheap enough where you don't really got to worry about it, but that is just another thing that is different between the two boxes. So the next thing up on this list is the ball bearing slide quality. So the ball bearings on the 72, in my personal opinion, are far superior than the ones on the 44. They are different, but as you can hear, there's barely any noise from these slides. They actually have less ball bearings than the 44-inch. And also, these, instead of push to close where they kind of like pop in at the last little bit, they actually have little locks on the end. It takes a little bit to get used to, but once you're used to it, it's my preferred method. automatically locks the drawers, so you don't have to worry about pushing them in and then the box being unlocked if the drawers aren't pushed in far enough and all that good stuff. But ball bearings on the 72-inch, super quiet, super smooth. And now we'll move over to the 44 and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here is the 44-inch toolbox slide. As you can see, there is a lot bigger tolerances, I guess you could say. And I did try putting some lube and stuff in there, but it doesn't seem to quiet it down. It's just there's so much slop in between the upper and lower rail that you just get a lot of noise. And what I was talking about, this is they don't have like the little sliding locking mechanisms. These are the ones where you have to push and then it locks into some kind of like cushion on the backside. But that's one thing. It's nitpicky again, but that is another thing why the 44-inch boxes are so much cheaper than the 72. Not only due to size, because I actually picked up two 44-inch boxes for about $200 cheaper than the 72. So they obviously cut corners in some places, and this is clearly one of them. So the last and probably one of the most important things when it comes down to the differences between these boxes is the price. So obviously the US General is going to be cheaper. So the 44-inch box goes for about $500 now, and the 72-inch goes for about $1,500. So back when I bought these toolboxes, this was $1,000 and these were $400. So the difference between two of them and one of them, now you can get 3 of these 44-inch boxes for the same as the 72. But overall, it's going to boil down to how you like your drawers laid out and overall what you're really expecting out of this toolbox. I can say for a personal fact that this 72-inch toolbox will be around far longer than these 44-inch toolboxes due to the fact that it's made with such thicker metal, higher grade materials, better casters. Overall, it's more of a stout toolbox than the 44. These are going to be for your basic homeowner that just wants it to sit in the garage. You're not going to be using it on a day-to-day basis. These are meant for more industry, shops, and stuff like that. So if I would personally go back and rebuy these toolboxes back when I did, I would have sprung for 2 72-inch toolboxes instead of getting 2 extra 44 inches. Due to the fact that I like the higher build quality and I feel like there's more value for your money there. But I'm not knocking the 44-inch. I mean, it's still an absolutely great toolbox and it still will last a long time. Perfect for the budget-friendly mechanic, homeowner, and stuff like that. It looks good. The paints match, which I was super happy about. I'd not expect them to match this well. I figured they'd be a little off, but overall, I am pretty happy with my purchases. So if this video helped out your buying decision on whether you want to do a 72-inch or a 44, want to do me a solid and hit the like button if it helped you out in any way, shape, or form. I'll be doing some more videos on these toolboxes, comparing them, maybe doing some strength tests and all that stuff like that. So subscribe, stick around for a while, and thanks for watching.